The darkest of blacks would get called out for...
The darkest of who?
Lovelies, welcome back to this channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda's channel. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload a video, you will be the first person to be notified. And to my returning subscribers, thank you so much for all the love and support. To those people that share my videos and leave commentaries and also educate, you guys are the real MVP. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Alright, lovelies, let's dive in today's video.
So lovelies, I came across this video on my For You page on TikTok, and oh my goodness, I just thought to share with you guys because this is actually making a lot of people to react, and people have their different opinions. So this Asian man decided that it was so okay for him to do this. Guys, I'm just going to roll the clip as well as some of the stitches I was able to put together. Please leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. Alright, lovelies, let's dive into it.
The darkest of blacks would get called out for cultural appropriation if they wore this Youthforia foundation shade. This is literally like if a brand put out like a purely orange shade or like a purely yellow shade and was like, here you go, Asians. The blacks of the internet are very upset with Youthforia for releasing this super dark foundation. And I don't wear makeup, but like I'm obsessed with like online beauty scandals and like drama. So like I had to get a bottle for myself. So today, let's put this on my face and see if their criticism is valid. I've always wanted to do makeup reviews, so I'm so excited. It says to put on 2 pumps, so let's see what that does for us. I even bought like an e.l.f. foundation brush. Like I'm taking this very seriously. Okay, so it's very dark, as you can see. Ooh, this shade like literally looks offensive so far. It's literally so dark. Let me get closer here so you can really see how freaking dark this foundation is. Fiona Chan, the founder of Youthforia, she really messed up with this, to be honest. I feel like it literally looks like my hair, and I feel like if I put this like in my fade, it could like make my hair look more full. Let me see. Oh my. Okay, so obviously this is like a foundation, not like black face paint. So like the undertones of my own skin are showing, but it's not because the foundation is like good. It's just because I'm extremely orange and yellow. So because the foundation is like somewhat translucent and like opaque, you can kind of see my colors show, but the foundation itself is not that. I'm literally looking in the mirror right now and this foundation looks jet black. Let's keep going. Imagine I do like the Meredith Duxbury foundation challenge with this foundation. I feel like that would look so crazy. I feel like I literally would get in trouble for like blackface at that point. I don't believe that Youthforia created this to like actually be inclusive. I think they literally created this just to be able to say that they have the darkest shade, but like they did not even match this with like any real humans with like real skin. And I like feel bad for Youthforia, but like Fiona desperately needs to like hire like a better like PR person and like product management person. Like, girl, please. This is Youthforia's darkest foundation fully applied on my face. The darkest of blacks would get called out for cultural appropriation if they wore this Youthforia foundation shade. This is literally like if a brand put out like a purely orange shade or like a purely yellow shade and was like, here you go, Asians. Youthforia actually tried to like one-up Fenty by saying like, oh, our darkest shade is actually darker than Fenty's darkest shade, because they know that like Fenty is known for being inclusive. And so they thought that like if they released a shade darker than Fenty's darkest shade, they could be considered like inclusive as well, and they could like be free of like the cancellation that they received like months ago when their darkest shade was like super light. But I got Fenty's darkest shade, and look at how nice this shade actually is. One sec. Removing half my face. I'm dedicated to this video. I literally went to Ulta and bought like wipes, Mother's Day stuff, and these dark foundation shades for videos. Just wiped Youthforia off my face. This is dark gray. It literally looks like I just wiped off like eyeliner or something. Okay, so this is Fenty's darkest shade. Look, okay. Ooh, it's a little bit too wet, but it's fine. New brush, because I'm dedicated to this review. I literally feel like James Charles or like Jeffree Star. And I like low-key have always wanted to do this, but like I don't wear makeup, so like there was no reason for me to like wear makeup for a video. But today I was like, yes, a new scandal. I can hop on that. As you can see, Fenty's darkest shade, even though it is like their darkest shade, it's not black. Like it's literally a very pretty like dark brown. Don't be fooled again by my personal light skinness and like oranginess that's coming out on this side. That is not because of the foundation. It's literally just because I'm super tan and like yellowy orangey myself. But literally no one's actually like pitch black. We all have blood under our skin. We all have undertones, whether they be neutral, cool, warm. There's no such thing as like a human with like pitch black skin. And so there you have it. This is real black people skin. This is minstrel show blackface, which is not good. Don't do it. This video is just for demonstration. I don't think Lupita from Us could even like match this shade, to be honest. This was literally so fun, and I completely understand why black people are like upset at Youthforia. Like I said, it's literally if like a brand came out with like a purely orange or like a purely yellow shade of foundation and was like, here you go, Asians. Or if like a brand came out with like a purely white shade, like this color white, and was like, here you go, white people. It's a bit wild for sure, but I genuinely think that like the founder of Youthforia, Fiona, had decent intentions. I just think she like fell short of those intentions, because I really think that she like thought that she was doing something good with putting out something that's darker than like a well-known like inclusive brand's darkest shade. Like I really think that she thought that like that would help her avoid more like controversy, because her last darkest shade was so like light. But unfortunately, I don't think Fiona or like Youthforia knows culture well, and I feel like they really need to hire like a better PR person or like a product management person or like both, because I know that like someone said that like Fiona prefers like costs to be super low, and like she wants like a small team and like not have hella costs here and there. And like I get that, because I also personally hate spending too much money on like overhead stuff for like life or like for business. But like I think at this point, if she wants to come back from this, she definitely needs to do better with like PR and like product management and like social media stuff. But wow, this was so fun. It was so exciting to pretend to be like a makeup guru for like a day. But I'm definitely going to be returning all of these products at Ulta. Sorry Ulta, but like I will not be using these products on my day-to-day like routine. I did also buy like a lot of like Mother's Day stuff that I will not be returning, so I think I have redeemed myself. But yeah, thanks guys for letting me be Kevin Charles and Kevin Starr for like a day. What do you guys think of the Youthforia foundation? Let me know in the...
This is an act of violence against black people. And I see better people than me talking about this in civilized terms and how he shouldn't be doing that. Motherfuck that. This is an act of violence, and I am declaring war. So, this is a call to action. I'm tired of people paying lip service and in my comment section saying they agree with me. I need you to not only agree with me, I need you to understand this assignment.
The darkest of blacks would get called out for cultural appropriation if they wore this Youthforia foundation shade. This is literally like if a brand put out like a purely orange shade or like a purely yellow shade and was like, here you go, Asians. The blacks of the internet are very upset with Youthforia.
Now, there are better people than me that will try to use as a teachable moment and talk about unity and diversity and all that other bullshit. This is an act of war. And I have 800,000+ people who follow me on this account. I don't care if you comment on this video or not, but I need you to understand the assignment. This is an act of war, and we're going to start bringing digital war to people like this who play in our face. If you call yourself an accomplice, I need you on the assignment. Let's get it.
Hold the fort. Hold the motherfucking fort. I'm telling you, bitch, I need Avengers, assemble. Assemble. Hold the fort. That little piss poor apology video he just dropped, not cutting it. Matter of fact, I'm about to record a YouTube video so I can get him up off of there too, because what we're not gonna do, that man is playing in your face. And for that reason alone, an example must be made out of him. It must be. You're apologetic, but the video is still up, sitting at 2.4 million views of you in blackface? No. Black folk, we are one of the largest creators and consumers of entertainment in the US. Your attention is profitable. Your attention makes or breaks careers. And at any moment's notice, should you give enough of a fuck, should you choose, you should be able to pull that rug, pull that attention, pull that visibility from under the foot of non-black folk who are willing to make a mockery of your pain and your trauma and your struggle. And he needs to feel that. People need to see in real time that there are consequences. There are grave, grave consequences to people who rage bait and farm engagement off of racial discrimination, racial insensitivity. Should we give enough of a fuck? There can be consequences. And so I'm asking you to give a fuck. Continue to unfollow, continue to block, continue to share that video, and we'll check in 24 hours.
The darkest of blacks would get called out for cultural appropriation if they wore this.
Blackface is by definition using charcoal or dark paint to make yourself look like a black person and then proceed to caricature that black person or something disrespectful towards black people whilst in that type of paint. If you had just put the paint on and proceeded to refer to the blacks on this app as black women, because that is primarily who has an issue with this and who have been voicing their opinions, because this is who that product was made for. I also know that you are a troll and this is what you do, but you're smarter than this. A funnier, more engaging video that you didn't even have to like rage bait us with would have been exactly what you did, how you filled in your like receding hairline with the paint. Like that is exactly what you could have like done. And that would have been not only a good usage of it, but your call out of how problematic it was would have landed and didn't sound like it came out of your a-hole like that one YouTube video.
For Kevin, let me give you guys my prediction for Kevin Leonardo, because people like him seek validation and shock value above everything else. Now, obviously, if you've seen his most recent video, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Here, Kevin is talking about the Euphoria controversy, and of course, his clickbait was to do essentially blackface. Now, this isn't shocking to me, and I don't think this is shocking for anybody else, especially if you've seen his YouTubes. However, people like Kevin depend on shock value. And when you depend on shock value, you must up the ante every single time to keep people interested in your content. And we all know the best way to do that is to sprinkle in a little racism. But when this is all over, when this is all said and done, Kevin will be sitting somewhere, reflecting on his time on TikTok, and see that it didn't get him anywhere. This guy doesn't have brand deals. This guy doesn't get invited to the top places or anything like that. He has to rely on shocking us every single time. And eventually that shock, that pain, that zip goes dull very, very quickly. He will be washed up just like many other people who utilize shock value for their content. So do I find this offensive? Not really. I find this to be true to nature of people who don't have anything better to offer but something like this. Let me give.
So this message is for Kevin Leonardo. I tried to stitch his video, but every time I tried to stitch it, something was going haywire for whatever reason. So I'm going to stitch it this way. I watched his video, and from the beginning, his video was insulting, talking about the blacks. The blacks wouldn't even fit this, like the darkest of the blacks, like that wording is not correct. And in the way you're saying it, it's so, it's the way you posed all your words. Secondly, like what I really want to say, I can't say, because what I want to say, I'll get banned off the app, right? I'll get banned off the app. But like, he can make content that is insulting, that is borderline racist or racist. But if I was to say something in response the way I want to say it, right? I'm going to get off the app, right? But if I'm being, the only time this app doesn't ban brown creators is when they're being samples, is when they're being entertainment, like entertainment, like gestures, like just tomfoolery, making a fool of yourself, talking about your home, talking about your family, showing all your business. Look, when you look like you just doing the most but doing nothing at the same time, that's when your content will be fine. But it's a shame that you can't respond back to people who's making videos and really address the situation the way you really want to address the situation. So I'm trying to pose my words in the best way possible. We didn't need your help. We really didn't need your help. And I think that if you're making content and you want to say something about a group of people that have nothing to do with you, it's best to stay out of the conversations, honestly, because a lot of times using us for clickbaits, a lot of times we get used for clickbaits. You want to stir up conversations. You knew that video would get stitched. You knew that people would have you knew that people was going to have something not nice to say, right? And that was what you wanted. So it was all done on purpose. And that's what makes it even more disgusting. It's not that you were ignorant. You were doing exactly what you wanted to do and saying exactly what you wanted to say to get the reaction that you want, which is views, which is stitches, which is duets. That's what you wanted. Disgusting.
As a member of the twink community, I would like to sincerely apologize for this one's behavior. I know the council has been keeping an eye on him for a while now. We know that his behavior is incredibly shocking, and this is not his first time stepping into this controversial platform, but we do agree and admit that we should have taken action earlier. However, just be known that the council is currently convening. We are focusing right now on capturing and containing this specimen, and we will be employing corrective actions soon as to hopefully rehabilitate and let him be welcomed back into society after containment. We ask you to please be patient with us in this time. This is a very new mentality that the twink fandom and community is trying to implement, because we're trying to, twinks have taken enough from Black people and Black culture, particularly Black women, and this is absolutely a step too far that can't really be defended too much. So as we try to step away from those old barbaric ways of us of appropriating things, we ask that you just be patient with us. It's a new change for a lot of us, and we're working and we're trying. Thank you very much. Corrective action is in the process of being taken.
Kevin, you are so gross and thoroughly disgusting for this. You know why and what you're doing. Have the day you deserve.
Imagine how fucking tired we are. Now, we all know that this creator is disgusting and was probably born in a barn with no parents or anybody to socialize him into society, but it made me really think about the prophet of blackness. Black people always have been and always will be that girl. And if you disagree, let's bring up the material. From slavery to TikTok, Black people have had their footprint in everything. Not only do we see Black influence in the fashion of the United States, we see it in the AAV lingo that has just become Gen Z lingo. Or if you're listening to a country song or a blues song or a jazz song, that's Black culture right there. I just don't understand how you can have so much vitriol for a group of people but want to be them in the same breath. That is mind-boggling to me. And people want to talk about gatekeeping so much. Oh, well, Black people don't ever want to. Well, why can't I? Why can't I? Because everything already is yours. What is for Black people? Please name it quickly. I saw one too many white boys in Arizona wearing do-rags during my college experience. You don't even have the hair for that. Like, what is the point? As a Black person who doesn't wear makeup, the euphoria situation bothered me to my core. I was looking up videos and think pieces on this. And then to see him make a video just because he knows he's going to get money and views off of it, just to profit, again, off of Black people. Black people will always be the ones to be profited off of. I want you to just look at how well this video did compared to his. I'm sure his did way better. And it just makes you think that me, as a Black person, will never be able to profit off of Blackness in the way that non-Black people can. I'm Darius Gaskin, your host. No, I'm just kidding. It wasn't.
What happened to getting your ass beat? What happened to good old-fashioned getting run up on? And this dude been doing stuff like this for months, yet still has a platform. TikTok, you taking off everybody video that ever tried to talk about Palestine. So what's really tea? I'm genuinely confused. Like, all of a sudden we don't want to deplatform nobody. I'm all for educating people and having discourse, but in the year 2024, we've just got to get back to those alternative means. I'm sorry.
Like, seriously, lovelies, it's so obvious that these people can never do without having to call black people, like without having to call out black people. Like, everybody, like all these bank color people are just using, like, why is it that they are always looking for every opportunity to call out black people? They are, looking for every means. Everybody just want to, call out black people, be in black people's business in one way or the other. They will just want to get themselves involved. Like, especially, like, when we have to fight against all this racism stuff from pan-colored people with like Caucasians and all of that, so we also have to deal with something like this with Asian people. Like, seriously, this particular guy is the same guy that I actually staged his video where he was talking about how black people came for Taylor Swift and all of that. That if it was to be the other way around, that they are gonna say that it's just we are trying to talk about our experience or what we actually passed through in the hands of our oppressor. But when Taylor Swift decided that he wants to use the term, that he want to go back to 1830, if he was asked or if she was asked to go back to the hands of time, what year would she prefer? She chose 13, 13, and black people were like, that means you actually chose a time where some people were oppressed and why some people were not, and all of that. And this particular guy decided that he also want to stitch the video coming real hard for black people, trying to make us look as if that we always complain too much, that if it was to be a black artist that actually made a video and released a song, and he even went ahead to use Beyonce's country music as an emphasis. Like, what is it that black people are actually done to these people? Like, the more we want to stay on our own safe places, the more we just want to mind our business and try to see if we can actually create our own wealth, our own generational wealth and all of that, and be on our business and leave other people out of our business and all of that. These people will find every means to always bring up black people. Like, look at the way he's black, the darkest of the black. Like, this actually reminds me of a video of the black. Why do they find it so appealing to go to this extent? So you all know about the Euphoria company that decided that they want to like produce or manufacture a dark shade foundation, because the fact that black people are the least in the beauty standard and all of that. So this Euphoria, because of the constant complaint of black people cannot get something that is suitable for them. But because this is just so true, when you go to all these beauty supplies of a thing, the only shade it's so difficult for you to get a shade as a dark person. So the Euphoria of a company that happens to be an Asian-owned company decided that, black people, you guys are complaining too much. Let's just produce something that is going to be very suitable for you guys. And they decided to, manufacture a black paint in the replacement of a dark shade, face conditioner. And this actually brought a lot of controversies, black people were actually reacting to it because the black paint these people manufactured cannot be, is something that you can never see. Like, black people are not black. Like, I don't know, is it that they think that black people are black? We are brown, like all shades of brown and all of that. Do you know that this Euphoria company decided that, okay, they have to look for a model, they have to go source for a model that the skin might actually match with the sitcom, foundation, but there was none. That means these people purposely, decided to produce any sort of paint and, package it and expect black people to actually purchase such foundation. And they actually did this because they are so tired. Like, this is a sign of, please just fake it and leave us alone. You guys wanted a darker shade condition face foundation, so you can just have these paints and paint yourself all you love. This is it. We are not even done with the controversy of Euphoria. We are not done how these people have decided to use their companies and all of that to actually humiliate and downgrade, black people, black culture, and black community as a whole. Euphoria is not even the only, company that does this, that is Asian owned. Another company that a lady have to share her story, who happens to be the only female worker that was treated so badly in eBay network, or even New York or wherever. Like, this lady came out on TikTok to actually share her experience on how she was so treated badly. Like, these people, decided to advertise a job opening on their website, and she, as a black person, because we were actually looking for a black person that would just be the face of, or the brand or the marketing face of the company, she decided to apply to this said company, and she got the job. The first day at job, she made her marketing strategies, and all of that, and the first video she made was getting almost 2 million views at the first day. And these people, because they were too triggered, like, why would she do so well at first day? And there's something about social media. Social media is something that when you upload videos there you must get positive and negative comments. But when you see that the positive comments are more than the negative ones, this is when you know that you are striving higher. Because you can never ever please everyone. So this even network decided that somebody or some people were leaving comments like, I hope this company is owned by a black person, and these people got so offended. The next time when this person resumed at work the next day, they decided that they are going to put down the video that is up to 2 million views. All because of what? All because they felt that, okay, the comment that they were getting there is not something that befit them. And forgetting that this is social media, you could actually get both negative and positive comments. And they went ahead that, okay, the next thing we need to do is to frustrate this lady out of this company, even if we can fire her. They decided that they want to team up. They teamed up against this woman. She's the only dark person. So the company that was all English speaking decided all of a sudden they started speaking their Korean language, making her uncomfortable, smiling and looking at her and making some kind of noises. Then this woman have to oh my god, this is just getting too much, and she was fired. After that, she have to come and tell her stories and how she was actually treated in this said company, Korean Asian owned company. They keep on doing this to black people. They keep on doing this. Even if we don't want to talk, they keep on pushing us to the wall to speak, to talk. Then that is not even enough. Thank God I checked this lady's page. I think she's not working for a black owned brand. This is why sometimes I encourage each and everyone. If you know you are good in something, open up. Open up. We can help you make. We need our own brand, our own black-owned businesses. That is for eBay. And now the euphoria and the foundation issues and all of that. Then this young man who actually had some kind of, I don't know, he is a cunning person. He will come with, okay, black people and blah 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 blah, and do whatsoever he want to do. He came using the controversy with, euphoria and the blackface of a thing. He decided that it was so nice for him to go and purchase the said foundation that people are canceling euphoria about. Like, there are so many black creators that have already staged this video trying to show us the reason why this foundation is tough for us, the reason why the dark and the brown is not something that is matchable. So why are you going to do it again? Why do you want to do it again? Like, seriously, lovelies. He decided that he just woke up in the morning, he went to purchase the said 600 foundation or whatever the name was, and set up his camera and decided to do the blackface in the pretense of trying to review a product that the blackest of the black. Seriously, lovelies. In the pretense, using like eating profit out of black problems and businesses and all. Like, seriously, why? When will they stop? When will they stop, lovelies? This is totally unacceptable. This is totally unacceptable. This is not the first time this guy is trying to do or post something like this. He decided, he just started off from, he thinks that we don't know what he's trying to do. He thinks that he don't know what he has been urging to do. He has been planning and urging to do this for a very long time. And he has seen an opportunity to actually do what he has dreamt of. And here we go. Last night when I was actually going through my For You page on TikTok, I just saw the video and I was like, what is this? Like, I said, what is this? What is it again? I was like, what is happening? And it happens to be this said guy. And he went ahead to use tricks and whatever he wants to use to actually justify his actions. He has been dreaming and wanting to do this for a very long time. And he will tell you that he's trying to review a product. I heard that he actually put up an apology video or whatsoever. This is what they do. They try as much as they can to actually do whatever they have been planning and wanting to do, to just, fulfill that satisfaction. And after everything, they'll just go, after all, I'm just gonna actually come up here with an apology, video, and everything will just be all right. And this is their plan. This is how they do it. And before then, they have already fulfilled everything they just want to do. And bring one apology, cry me a river video, and okay, let's just do it. You are apologizing, but I'm still seeing the video set up on your page. Like, seriously, lovelies. Like, Asian community just need to do better. This is just getting out of hand. It's getting more irritating. We cannot just keep on trying to avoid you guys and try to face our own business, but you guys will just keep on trying to make us come out and keep on canceling you guys to leave us alone. Anyways, lovelies, why not just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of this video, and do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying, harassment, or whatsoever. We're just here for educational and entertainment purposes, informative and historical one as well. And please share this video, subscribe to this channel if you're yet to do that, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one.
Watch up to this extent. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Don't forget to please leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. Don't forget that we do not support any form of bullying, harassment, or whatsoever. We're just here for educational, informative purposes, guys. Please share this video, subscribe to this channel if you're yet to do that, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one.